All right, we are back with another coffee talk, and in the studio today we have Niusha Walker. Hi, Niusha. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So Niusha Walker has been with Angel Volkers for...
Angel and Volkers.
I always say that wrong, but...
German.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long?
For about a year.
Nice.
Yeah, here in King City.
Nice. Yes, nice and close to us.
You know, for the longest time, I didn't know we were neighbors.
I know.
It's like
we're in King City. Where are you in King City? We're right down the street. And then you drove by us one day and you're like honking. We're like, who's that?
It's
and then you messaged us. Hey, it's...
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been in real estate? What did you do before?
Sure. So believe it or not, I've actually only been in real estate for just about a year, to be exact.
Okay.
And before real estate, I actually had a lot of experience dealing with real estate with my husband. We've dealt with a lot of real estate transactions. We've had a lot of investment properties of our own.
Mm-hmm.
And but prior to that, I owned a daycare, my mother and I,
Nice. Okay.
in Nobleton.
Mm-hmm.
And that was incredible, but I was just ready for something a little different, something I was passionate about, and here I am.
Here you are. And how are you enjoying it?
Love it.
Yeah. And so was it one of those things where you were doing so many transactions with your husband that it was like...
It made sense.
Just do it, right?
It made total sense. And I saw so many, different realtors handling things differently than I would.
Mm-hmm.
And it led me to where I am now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, besides real estate, what do you like doing?
I like working out. I like Pilates, the Peloton,
Okay.
just, hanging out with my family,
Yeah.
my husband, my 2 dogs.
Traveling,
Traveling, definitely.
I know is one of the big ones for
I
you.
love traveling, yeah.
What's your favorite place you've traveled?
My favorite place, I would have to say Sweden.
Really?
Sweden, yeah. Maybe it holds a little bit of a sentiment to me because I have family there. All of my mom's side, they live in Sweden.
Nice.
So, yeah,
okay. It's a beautiful. Yeah. I mean, Sweden, Iceland, like all those places are one of my bucket lists.
Stockholm
I have
is
to go.
just incredible.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
How are they handling the whole pandemic?
To begin with, they were doing the whole herd immunity. They were kind of against the masks. And the last I heard, I don't think anyone was really wearing masks in public. It wasn't really mandated.
Mm-hmm. So they're more laxed about it?
They're more lax, yeah. I think Europe in general, even England, I was just there not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was just optional. When you go into the shops, they suggest wearing masks, but no one was really wearing them, yeah.
Yeah, well, I know traveling is one of the things that a lot of us missed, and we're all kind of back at it.
Oh,
so
boy, yeah.
Besides London, I know you just went to London, you're coming back. Do you have anything else planned?
Right now, no, not yet. Hopefully in the new year, we'll go somewhere.
You don't usually go away like
in the Christmas
winter season?
Yeah, we do, but I don't know yet. We're very last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how you
with
get
my
the better
schedule,
deals.
my husband, we're both in sales, so things just happen very last minute.
Yeah. So at the last property that we were at, it's actually the first time I met your husband.
That's
Super cool
right.
dude.
Yeah.
He was awesome. And he brought all the cars out, which was awesome. It's funny because I was telling him, I saw this Ferrari coming down a flatbed.
That's
I'm
right.
like 10 minutes away. I'm like, I bet you that car's coming to the house. I bet you anyone's coming to the house.
that.
And sure enough, it pulls into the house.
Yeah.
So he supports you 100% in real estate?
100%.
Awesome.
Yeah, every step of the way. And he's been like my number one cheerleader. Even before getting into it, he knew I liked real estate.
Mm-hmm.
He saw how passionate I was. I always wanted to be involved when we were doing our own transactions. So it's been amazing.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So those are all the great things you love about real estate. What do you hate about real estate?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Not to put you on the spot, but...
You know what? Something that I've learned getting into real estate now is with the market the way it is today, these multiple offer situations like the bidding wars, it gets really ugly sometimes. And that's the really not so glamorous side of real estate when you're trying to purchase a property with your buyer and you're competing against all these offers that are going 100, 200, even sometimes 300 over ask price, and it gets a little bit competitive. So that's something I'm not crazy about, but with proper negotiation and you can always get it done. It's just a lot of stress. Sometimes you get no sleep. The multiple offers are going, towards midnight and past that. So it gets a little ugly sometimes.
Yeah, I think, you came into it, like you were saying, it's been a year now. So you came into like the hottest part of the season.
Exactly. So I'm experiencing everything in this 1 year, and I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Such
I know
a short time.
you're under good management. I know
Definitely.
Mr. Maniaci over there does a great job.
Yep.
And
He's one of my colleagues. Yeah.
yeah. So okay. So my next question for you. So this is, as you know, coffee talk, which means we have coffee and we chat.
Yes.
So one of the things we're gonna ask you is, when you were, I'm going to say 15 or 16, or let's just say after high school, and you wanted to be something.
Yeah.
What did you want to be?
It wasn't into real estate, I'll tell you that. Oh boy, I think I was lost for a very long time. I didn't know what I wanted to do even up to 5 years ago. I wasn't too sure. Straight out of high school, I took different courses. I did travel tourism. I went to school for fashion. I did some business marketing courses. And, you know, all of that was just so different than where I am now. But I still incorporate like the marketing that I learned, some of the business and the advertising courses that I took into what I do today. But real estate was not on my
on the
top
radar?
5 list. No, it was not.
And so out of high school, did you, you're saying your family had a daycare?
Yes.
Did you kind of go in and help part-time there? Or was
Well,
that
no.
after?
So, no, my mother and we opened a daycare. I would say it was about 7 years ago. We opened a daycare together. I was there for a good 4 or 5 years, and I couldn't do it anymore. So she's still there right now, and
Good for her.
I just parted ways, and I'm
doing something different. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
That's okay. I mean, everyone has their own paths, and I think it's one of those things, especially as a...
But you know what, Matthew, I was working with people. I was working with families then. I'm working with families now. I'm still serving the public. So it's similar in a lot of ways, but, you know, you're not working with children.
Yeah.
A little different than that one way.
Sometimes you are working with children.
Sometimes. You're right. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
very true.
One of the things that when I asked you what do you hate about real estate was, you know, you're dealing with agents that kind of sometimes are a little bit unrealistic
Tricky.
or not
Exactly.
professional.
Oh, yeah.
And we see it every day. Unfortunately, there are some bad apples in the industry, unfortunately.
They make the rest of us look bad.
Or they make you look good. Depends on how you look at it, right?
Right.
So, is there any particular things that you wish you could do differently since you started until now? It's been a year into it now, your second year. What would you do different?
I have to say I'm pretty pleased with how I've, you know, began my career in real estate. I think I was following you guys before I even got my license.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
I knew even before then that, you know, I want to market my properties a certain way. I want to offer, you know, a 5-star service to my clients. I just had everything kind of planned. I had a vision in mind for what I wanted for my clients and their properties. So I think I've actually done a very good job with that to date. And I only plan to get better and better. So I have some big goals for next year.
That's an awesome mindset.
Yeah.
Coming, especially as a new agent, coming in and having that mindset. Because I can tell you just from experience, and you know, we've been doing this now for 10 years. And we have realtors that come in, and all they look at is their return on investment.
Absolutely the last thing on my mind.
That is such a breath of fresh air, because when you have that mindset, I'm telling you, you will do so well. And I'm not just saying this because of our service and what we offer. That's one of the reasons why we elevated our services and added all these additional things and put them at a premier, is because if you want premium marketing to go with your business, because this is what it is, it's your business, we wanted that solution. So we had this conversation with another colleague of mine. There's this 80-20% rule.
Right.
And the 80-20 rule is you can go 80% of volume at a cheaper price, and or you raise your price and you do 20% of that business and you make the same money, but you're not working as hard.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that same mindset should apply to real estate agents and the industry. Is, you know, instead of knocking yourself down to 1% to get a listing to do something, just say, no, I'm going to do my 2.5%.
Exactly.
4%, whatever it is at 5%, whatever.
Then you offer everything else. And, you know, we're in 2021. This day and age, it's not enough to just throw a house on the MLS and expect it to sell. You have to deliver. You have to have good marketing, good photography, good videography, proper staging. It's a whole package. It's not as easy as just throwing it on the MLS and waiting.
And everyone thinks it is because the market's so hot.
That's what a lot of people think. Yeah, exactly. And that's where sometimes sellers have this expectation in their minds, and, you know, they try to, you know, negotiate with you, nickel and dime. I didn't want to say that, but it's really down to offering the whole package.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, you're selling your service to the homeowner and what you're going to provide them for your commission.
Yeah, and it's part of your brand and who you are. So that's something that I've established over the year.
Yeah, no, it's been past year. We've done, I think, four houses with you this year.
I think, yeah, you have.
It's four houses.
Four.
Remember the first
Any
one?
house I've had listed, I used you guys for.
I remember this one here at Brennan Avenue. This one was a beautiful one.
The one in Etobicoke.
Yeah. And this one, it was like a couple days it was sold?
So this one on Brennan, it was sold within 2 days, full ask, and it didn't even need staging. This was beautifully designed by a friend of mine.
Inside.
Yeah, she was an interior designer, and this home was beautifully furnished. So it's always a treat to, sell homes like this.
Yeah.
It's all you really have to do is do beautiful photography, videography, and market it. But it does help when they're beautiful homes too.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
And then the next one that we just did, which we'll talk about, is the 15th Side Road in Milton, which I am super shocked when you sent me that message, by the way.
Right.
I'll let you tell the story, but...
So this one...
Milton.
2200 15th Side Road in Milton. This beautiful, beautiful home. It sold in just over a week, I would say, and it was my own buyer who found the listing through your social media. Yeah, I was so shocked. I was surprised, but I wasn't at the same time because you have such a big audience, and the reach from social media is just incredible. It was a nice experience.
I keep saying this to people, like social media is so powerful because you have such a wide audience that you can get it out to. So for you to tell me that, number one, it came through one of our, posts or whatever that we were doing and the live, and double ending it on the same time. That's
right.
Like, yes, that's what I want for my clients.
Thank you. It's really nice because the family that I was dealing with to help them buy the property, they were such a lovely family. And my goal is to, maintain a lasting relationship with them to help them, on their future homes or their children or sell. Yeah. And that's really where the end goal is, to build those lasting relationships. And my seller was really happy. He got what he wanted. And the family that are now going to be the new homeowners, they bought a beautiful home. Yeah. What more could you want?
Yeah, it's a beautiful property.
It is.
We did
2 acres, and just speaks for itself.
Now, on this particular part, this is probably your biggest listing that you've had
to date. Yeah.
So this one here, go back to this one, was how much?
3.3188,
and this one was
full ask we got for that one in 2 days. Yeah.
And this one was
3.3995.
So this was your highest one.
It was my highest one to date.
And pretty much full ask. I mean, 99%, 99.5%
of asking price. We sold it for $3,995.
Yeah.
And just a little under full ask.
Yeah, no.
More to come.
That was, again, going back to when you asked us to come up to this property and where it was located, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it would sell as fast
as it did.
Yeah.
Matthew, we had 4 offers. We had 4 offers on the table, back-to-back showings, and I was surprised myself. I mean, I knew with the way we marketed the property and the way we did the photography and staged it, I knew it would be a little bit easier, but to get as much attention as we got, I was a little surprised.
It was good. Yeah, you were saying this was on the market before for 7 months with actually more money. And sorry, is it 100? What did you say it was?
It's 100,000 less.
Yes.
It was on the market for a little bit longer.
Yes.
It didn't have any staging. It was just their own furniture, I guess.
Yeah.
Not to knock anyone, but
it makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference. Yeah.
I've used
I wouldn't say the photography was the best. It was professional photography, but it wasn't like yours. They didn't have the twilight, and the videography wasn't, as top notch.
Yeah, well, it goes back to different, a different budget for different purposes, and what they decide to do is totally up to them. But obviously, we continue to prove how powerful marketing it the right way is beneficial.
And I believe you get what you pay for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I use an analogy once of if you were to go to a restaurant and you're looking at food, you literally could order off a menu and you would probably order based on what you see on a photo.
Right.
If it wasn't dressed up nicely and kind of didn't look, you're not going to want to buy it.
Yeah.
So it makes such a big difference, not only from a video aspect, a photo aspect, but to have the whole picture and the staging. It has to all go hand in hand.
Well, we staged this property. We did some landscaping. We had window cleaners come clean the windows, including the glass railings outside. We did some exterior staging. We had some cars there for photography.
Quite a few cars.
But, I think the way we marketed this one was
ultra luxury.
We were selling the lifestyle, right? Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We nailed it, I think, all around. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
One of the things that I wanted to ask you is, how do you deal with prepping a property and telling your clients, because a lot of clients are in a rush. They're like, we got to get this out. We got to get it before the weekend.
Right.
And then it reflects back on us where you're like, hey, listen, can we get the photos yesterday?
Well, I've been very lucky because you guys here have been very accommodating to my schedule and their timeline with my client's timeline. So I haven't really had any issues with that to date. When a client's serious about selling their home, they will do what it takes. Yeah. And sometimes you have to push them a little bit, but
you push them without pushing them, though. It's in a sense like, listen, we need a week to prepare.
You want the best for them, right? Yeah. You want them to not miss out on the market. Right. You want them to have the photography done while the weather's still nice, while the landscaping's still fresh, and so far no issues.
And nowadays, I really strongly urge anybody that's listening to this, pre-marketing is so important before you actually put it out in the gate.
I know you guys do the lives, and that creates that excitement. It
creates that buzz, and ultimately, like this particular case, it created a sale, which is great. A lot of people want everyone coming through their houses now, especially with COVID and everything.
Very true.
So if you can get this out and pretty much at your asking price, I mean, it'd be fantastic, right?
Yeah, video is a huge one.
Yeah.
Video, social media, it helps for sure.
And so talking about video, Niusha.
Uh-oh.
How are you feeling getting a little bit more into video? I know it's something you've been kind of resistant about. But
well, to be honest, I'm pretty camera shy. I'm just a shy person in general. Mm-hmm. It takes a little bit to, break down my walls and warm me up, but I'm getting comfortable.
Good. Andrew broke you down the first time at that property.
That was my first intro last year. It was in February.
Yeah.
End of February or March. And we did an intro. I think it took a few takes.
Andrew?
Hey, Andrew?
Yeah. Andrew shaking his head.
It took a few takes, but you were patient with me, and it turned out okay.
It came out great.
Yeah.
It came out great.
But the goal is to be better, okay?
The only way you're going to be better is you got to do it more.
Yeah.
So, and you just bought the microphones.
I did.
Good
the
job.
Movo. I saw that on one of your reels, or was it
tips,
a reel?
Yeah, one of my tips.
IGTV, something like that, and you need to show me how to use that.
Did you bring it?
I did not.
Okay.
I didn't.
I think I have one in my car, which is obviously the same one. I'll show you how to use it. It's really simple.
Perfect.
But that is so important, is in order to continue to make videos, not only making them, but at a higher quality.
Absolutely. You do it once, you do it right.
Well, sometimes in video and making content, sometimes it doesn't always have to be perfect.
Right.
It has to be something.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. That's what I always tell people, start with something and then make everything else better. So that being said, your next listing, you're going to be doing an intro. Yes,
I will. I'll do an intro.
And the other big thing is the reels, right? Like we did that little cool snippet reels with you, those little fast 30 seconds
those were so fun.
Coming in and out. Yeah. They're easy. You don't have to talk in them, right? Which is great. And they're
not as intimidating as a full intro where you have to have a script or something.
Yeah.
But no, those were fun.
Yeah, and those do really well. You'd be surprised. I keep trying to tell my clients, if you do more of those, they're actually more effective than your intro video.
They get a lot of views, those reels.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has anything to do with the Instagram algorithm or what it is, but...
people right now are just swiping
through
up.
them.
What's next? What's next? And sometimes those long videos of the intro are important for your baseline MLS platform. You need that. But all the other stuff, in order to go viral, and in order to get attention to those people,
it's part of the marketing.
Yeah, because the serious buyers will go to that longer video where you introduce it and you talk about it, slow down. Everything else is all about, okay, show me everything, make it cool, make it fast.
Exactly.
Get out of the car, walking with the shoes. Let's get you walking this way now. Okay, turn. Okay,
stop. Go.
Did you kind of understand what we were doing, like 100%, the process?
I did. I did.
It's like, wait, do I have to walk again, Matt?
I'm a quick learner, Matthew. I'm a very fast learner.
I got to turn around and walk again. Yep, we need you to walk because it's a different cut, right?
Yeah,
so
you had a camera on the left.
You had Andrew on one side, another one on the right.
And then a drone. It was just so many things happening at once.
Yeah, you did great.
Thank you.
You did good.
It was fun.
Yeah.
You guys make it easier.
We try. Right, Andrew? Okay, so one more question I have for you.
Tell me.
And I want to know, in the future, you have big goals for real estate.
Absolutely.
What areas do you usually like to, I mean, you pretty much farm out anywhere that you're going to get, but in particular, what areas do you like to focus on or you're working on right now?
Location-wise or...
King City, I know locally.
Yeah, so King City where, my office is, where I've lived for a long time in King Township. Definitely my area of specialty. I know this market like the back of my hand. I can close my eyes and tell you everything about it. But really, I specialize in just helping my clients reach their goal, whether it's to buy or to sell. And I don't want to limit myself. And, a lot of people have the misconception that I only deal with luxury homes and luxury sales. While I am certified in marketing luxury homes, I have the CHLMS certification. I treat every transaction with the same. I want all my clients to have that bespoke experience when dealing with me.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you also do, I'm obviously, if somebody's looking for investment properties.
Absolutely.
Right? You're going to want to be able to
I know a lot about investment properties. I can help anyone in that department.
Yeah, because of your experience that you had. It's funny how a lot of your past really helps you now in your future.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
And going with luxury homes or any home, in my eyes, a home is a home for anybody, and depending on where they're at in their life, it doesn't matter. It's still their home.
For sure.
Whether it's $200,000 condo or, there's not many of those around, or a $5 million property treated the same way.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. It's all about making everyone happy, building those lasting relationships, and giving all your clients the same experience.
Yeah.
You want them to feel good about their transaction, about their sale.
So I noticed something on your Instagram, I think in the summertime, and as you know, my wife and I are big golfers. So
oh god,
I noticed that you went golfing with Catherine.
I did.
And
yeah.
How was that?
It was okay. It was my first time.
It was a tournament.
It was a tournament.
Okay.
We went with my neighbors. They host every year. They do this special golfing tournament, and I didn't tell anyone. It was my first time going into it. And I told you this. I was a little embarrassed, but we went, and I'm a quick learner. So luckily we had some experienced players on the team.
Good. So they gave you some tips.
They did. Okay. And by the second time I went golfing, shortly after that day, I think I was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you've
still learning. I'm not as good as you, but I'm still learning.
It takes time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like I've played almost 20 years, and I'm still working on my game, right? But if you enjoy it, like what I love about it, honestly, is just getting out in nature, getting out that fresh air.
Nice.
And, this year it's kind of like I focused on walking more than riding to get the health aspect out of it.
That's a whole day affair, no?
It is, but
walking from
it doesn't feel like a workout,
right?
Like when you walk 18 holes, it's a lot of walking, but you're doing a great workout and at the same time playing, so it doesn't feel like it. It's
a nice experience.
Yeah, like you said, you like working out and doing the gyms.
I do.
Doing the Peloton and stuff.
Yeah.
I get bored when it comes to that. I need to do something that integrates. So if it's squash, I used to play squash with Manietti's brother.
Oh,
Anthony.
you did?
Yeah. And he kicked my ass. But we played squash, and that's what I mean. Like doing the interactive workouts are something I like more.
Where it's not you're just in one place repeating the same movement.
So,
I understand.
And I fall asleep.
It's not for everyone, right?
It's not, right? So you have to kind of find your...
But who would have thought? A golf pro and a media expert.
I know how that came about. Well, they say everyone has 7 career changes.
That's
so
true.
This is my 7th and probably my last anyways. But so going forward, are you going to be continuing golfing? Should we set up a tee time?
We could try.
Okay.
We could try.
All right. My wife will help you along. She's pretty patient.
Good. Okay. Good. I would love that. We'll make a day of it.
Do you play tennis as well?
Here and there, just for fun.
Okay.
No.
No, just working out.
Just working out. Yeah. I've never been too sporty. Never been into sports per se, but I enjoy watching them. I like basketball. I like watching basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a hockey fan?
I don't like
hockey. Let me tell you.
No disrespect to the hockey fans.
No,
I know we have a lot of hockey lovers in Canada.
We do. And I used to love hockey. I played hockey a lot. And I decided I'm going to watch the Maple Leafs game the other night. I haven't watched them in a long time.
Right.
As soon as I turned on the channel, it was like 7-1. I'm like, exactly why I stopped watching the Leafs. And I turned it off. Let's just watch the Raptors or something.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, sports is one of the things that I enjoy.
Very nice.
But for yourself, it's something that I think you're going to enjoy golf, honestly. It's also good business relationships.
It is.
Right?
You know, I was thinking that too, taking a client out and
even if it's 9 holes.
Golf. Yeah.
Because 18 holes is kind of long.
Yeah. I only did the 9 holes. 9 holes,
yeah.
I couldn't go past that. Maybe, I'll ease my way into it, gradually, but for now.
Yeah, 9 holes is still 2.5 hours.
It is.
Right? It's still...
Seemed a little bit longer, maybe because...
Ooh.
Is that a bad thing?
No, well...
Felt like a whole day.
If it was in a tournament, usually they are longer.
They are longer, right? Yeah. Okay.
So you did good. It's okay.
Okay, good.
But 2.5, 3 hours is good. Awesome. Niusha, I think that's all the questions I have for you.
Perfect.
Thank you for coming out to the show and sharing your experience. And I really look forward to more beautiful big properties and marketing them for you and helping you.
Thank you for all that you do. And, truly, this is something that happened because of you guys and the audience you have, and something I always keep at the back of my mind. And I use you guys when I'm doing my listing presentations. I always let them know Stallone Media, that's my
awesome.
marketing partner. But
what you just said is exactly marketing partner.
You're my marketing partner. And, there are so many media companies out there, but they don't have the audience and the reach that you have. And they don't deliver that quality service that you guys deliver. And truly, I mean that. Look, this is evident from what happened with this property.
Thank you.
So thank you for everything. No. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you to everyone with Stallone.
Thank you. We learn from all these different things that come up.
Right.
We try to make things always better. We're not perfect. Yeah, we're going to make some mistakes, but ultimately, every experience that we learn, we try to make it to another level, make it better and better. But media partners is why, and I had some photographer friends of mine, and I was supposed to go out to Vegas to a venue for an actual real estate photography venue. They asked me to come out and speak.
Oh, that is awesome.
And one of the things they wanted me to talk about was my business and how I built it up, and what has social media done for me.
Right.
And I'm like, if you continue to think that you're just a photographer, you're done for. You need to turn your business into a media
to offer more
marketing company, because that's ultimately what we are. Because there's lots of photographers that are out there. Yeah, some of them are great, some of them are bad, but ultimately, when you provide a media service for a client, now you're giving them a broad aspect. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad that we're able to service you and you're able to see that.
Thank you.
And we look forward to doing more in the future.
Likewise.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys. That's a wrap.
Thank you.
Niusha Walker. If you want any information or you'd like to contact Niusha, I will put her details down below. Until then, take care. So if you like that video and you want to see more, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook.